Alright y'all, let me do a little video today on a thermal optics that they sent me to try. It's a DNT Optics, it's TNC 635R. What makes this one different from a lot of the other ones? It's got day, thermal, and night vision, both, and day vision. So you can use it in the daytime. It's got a daytime scope on it. It's got a nighttime. So let's open it up here and look at it. Like I said, it's got, here's what all comes in the box: the scope. It's got the mounts. And you just need a Picatinny rail on your gun to put it on. And y'all, like I said, let me get this thing sighted in here. Like I said, I've took it hunting several times here. And let me tell you what I really like about this scope. Like I said, it's basic price point. It's a good beginner scope to get in. Like I said, I carried it. Had it on my 308 some. Got on a couple coyotes. I missed one. It wasn't the scope's fault. After I went back and played the footage, you know, I just shot under that coyote. He come in there and I thought I was on him, but when I went back and looked, you could see he slow-mo it. Man, my crosshairs are below it. It's easy to set. One thing about setting it with that daytime reticle and that nighttime reticle, you set them separate. I don't know, I didn't read the book at first. So I just set one and I turned around and set the other into the same coordinates or same X and Y axis, and it was off. But there's two different scopes there. They're in two different spots, so you've got to set them both separate. But after I figured that out, you know, like I said, I carried it back, got on the coyote, and you know, I popped him because the bullet popped, knocked him down. He scraggled off there in them corn stalks. So at least it did get a coyote with it. But then I put it on, you know, my little 22, and I think this is where a lot of y'all guys will be interested. And they make a lot of different models. They make a cheaper model than this right here that'll work for this right here too. When I put on this 22, I got it sighted in about 80 yards. It's on, and 40 yards is pretty close too. But y'all, what I wanted this thing for, I've had a feeder out on a place that I've been trying to pull some hogs in. It's on some private ground right next to some public, and you can't hunt that public at night. And I got the landowner let me put a feeder on there to try to pull them pigs, wild hogs, out of there. Hadn't had them even come out of there yet, but it's just a matter of time. They will. But man, I've had a ton of coons. Any of y'all that feed in the corn for deer, you know what I'm talking about. These dadgum coons are just, man, they'll get all over your feeder. Like I said, I don't usually run feeders except after season, but I know a lot of y'all do. I like to try holding them in my area after season, and I've got a couple out for trying to get pigs to come to them where I shoot them with these thermals. But I think a lot of y'all that feed, one of these scopes right here will be handy, y'all, because all you got to do is put that feeder out where you can slip in there to it and see it, and keep a camera on it. And when you know they're coming, because you can pattern a coon pretty easy on a feeder. Because here's one. Because right now, our season, we can't shoot but one per night. So I've ridden ahead and done a lot of it, but here's one that I went down there the other day. I had pictures of. Got down there, and there was a couple of deer around it. So I think when I got down there, them deer spooked the coons off. But I got looking at one in a tree. So man, I got on that coon. Like I said, I think it was 50 yards. And I knocked him out of that tree. Because like I said, I'm shooting subsonic in this one here, with a suppressor on it, and I absolutely love it. It's quiet. Had another one out in the field the other day. It sort of come up to a road there and got him. So like I said, you may want to check these things out. Go to their website. Like I said, it's DNT Optics. It's got variable zoom on it here. It's like 3.5 to maybe 5 or 6. Super good clear scope. Battery is in the side right here. Easy to change. It comes with 2 batteries. You can charge it. And like I said, I hadn't just run it a whole lot, but it seemed like it'd stay up 4 or 5 hours with just one battery. And they're just easy to change. It's got an extra one, so you just basically change them out. Just thread it here. You just got to get these threads just right when you start back. And I'm trying to hold it here sort of hard, but and hold tension because you got this spring loaded, so you got to hold pressure and make sure you're straight. There we go. See, I got it right there, just holding it over. And like I said, it's got the mounts for a Picatinny rail. It's got 2 different heights if you need them higher or lower. The only thing I've seen on my bolt gun, I'm left-handed, so my bolt's on the left side. Well, this IR thermal infrared is on the left side. Where I had to slide it up just a little bit to get my bolt to come up, but that's the only, we're odd left-handed anyway. When you go buy guns and bows, you see that we're in the minority because they don't make near as many. So I see why they got it on that left side, because the majority of folks are right-handed. Like I said, it's got a super good rangefinder on it. It videos. Man, like I said, I've got video here of deer. A lot of different things here. One night I went, had a coon. Had a skunk out in the field. And see, Mississippi, we can shoot. You got to check your state regulations because everything's different. But I had that skunk out there, man, I smoked him. Because we've got I don't know if they call them invasive species or just, there's certain things we can shoot year round with no caliber restrictions. Now the coons, you've got to be shot with a 22 year round. That's just a rule, and why that's a rule I don't know. It's an old law, it sounds like to me, but that's more of the game and fish and stuff. But it's the buttons, simple, turn on up the top right here. It's menu. Like I said, I know there's other YouTube channels that really show the details of how to work it. It's pretty simple. There's even a link you can watch. It's got a tutorial of how to use this thing. But like I said, I'm gonna try putting out a couple more videos here when we get to October the 1st, because then our season opens where there's unlimited on coons. So I've sort of been saving some of the spots just to really try putting one good video out here, and we're close. It'll be next week that I can shoot them. But I really like it on this gun right here. It's just same. It's got a 35 millimeter. They make a 50. They're a little bit higher. But I think for what I want, I think I'd rather have the 50. I just think it'll give you a little bit more. It's just like on a rifle scope between a 40 millimeter and 50 millimeter. It gathers more light. I think it's going to be the same way. You're going to have bigger field of view, and you can see better. But this one works fine. Definitely a good beginner scope, y'all. For the price point, I'd recommend it. Like I said, I've had it here for about a month now. Sort of had trouble getting on cows because right now it seems like there's plenty of feed, and they're not wanting to call good in this area, and I hadn't had that much time neither. But just sort of want to show you this one. Check them out if you might be interested in one. Cause I know on my other one, a lot of folks ask, well, what kind of thermal you got? What kind of thermal you running? Because thermals are getting popular, y'all. It's something what you can see at night with heat signatures. If you never tried one, you might be interested. Give this brand a look. Check out DNT Optics, and hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, hopefully I got some more coming. Especially when the coons get here, I will have some more, because that's what I've been sitting back waiting. I don't like feeding coons, and this is a way to keep them predators in check, because a lot of folks don't trap as much as they used to. I did a couple years ago, and it's just, you just got to have time. You've got to be able to run a trap line and go check it every day. Where this right here is, man, you start getting a bunch of pictures on the feeder, just slip in there and pop them. Especially if you've got a 22. You can already put it on, or like I said, it'll go on any caliber, but in Mississippi to shoot coons at night, you got to have it on a 22 long rifle. So, hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.